Motherfucker on the beat.
Let's go, nigga. Yeah. It's your boy. Diddy Pop. Herb Shop. Big Guns. I'm Bill Blast, Cool G Rat. Crack spots in Brooklyn with an 18. Raised the murder rate out in Brooklyn. Tight robbed his own mom's church in Brooklyn. We was wild in the tunnel. Niggas got their shine took.
Boy, I'm so Brooklyn, niggas know my name. Shit they said every time a nigga missing their chain. Had to do it for the dollars, I ain't do it for fame. Had to shoot 100 niggas just to work on my aim.
We ain't aiming at your leg, double tapping your brain.
Leave his body on the floor, blood flow in the drain.
They light candles on his ass, we gon' spin through a game.
For 40 days, 40 nights, niggas making it rain.
You get knocked for that body, better not say a name.
Shit, we took the same oath, my chain and your chain.
I'm from the old Brooklyn, nigga, you know how we play.
This whole team get it, spread love the Brooklyn way.
I did drive-bys, nigga, book dice games, nigga. From picking after Blake Birdman to Miller.
My gun game sick, can't name a nigga illa. Had to fire on this nigga just to show him I was realer.
I had to fire on my man, he was fucking with the eyes.
Had to fire on this nigga, he was talking to the cops.
Had to fire on the nigga, he was fronting on my block.
Man, I fired on this nigga, he was looking at my watch.
I'm so Brooklyn, nigga.
And when I'm out of town, they call me Brooklyn, nigga.
From Detroit to LA to NC, nigga.
From Jersey back to the Barclay, nigga. To Labor Day parades on the Parkway, nigga.
The Callaloo dumbing in the Ark, my nigga.
I remember from the lab, Lenny Spark, my nigga.
I rep East New York from the start, my nigga.
In Crown Heights, y'all got my heart, my nigga.
I say, top of the day, y'all. I say top of the day, y'all. Top of the day. Do me a favor, give me the thumbs up if the audio is sounding real cool. I get that from my boy Sheep stays sleep. Shout out to DS1. He's in the building. Make sure I get a good mic check. I never asked for no mic check. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Shout out to DS1 for putting me on to that. I need to know that the mic is right while I'm here. You dig what I'm saying? So if the mic is right, let me get some thumbs up or something like that, man. Word up. Hank McCoy is in the building. Dog Soldier's in the building. 2 L's up. DMW Shots is in the building. My lowlifes is here. FTC Vice is in the building. Sheep Stay Sleep is in the motherfucking building. Big DS1. Please do me a favor and get over there and subscribe to that brother, man. King Craigo is in the building. Quick Vic, I see you in the building. Glad you pulled up today, beloved. Dunbars is in the building. It's a great day to be alive. Y'all see that motherfucker? You see that symbol on my head, don't you? You see that symbol on my head? You see that symbol on my shirt? Yo, Craig, I put on a horsey today, Craig. Put on a little horsey today, Craig. A little horsey, Craig. Craig, I put a little horsey on today, Craig. I see you in the building. A little horsey. 2 L's up to my low life shots. You know I keep it in the stash. Y'all know I keep it in the stash, man. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't know what symbol that is right there, I'm going to tell you what symbol that is. Shout out to my man First Messiah on Instagram. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to my man First Messiah on Instagram. That's his symbol right there. The number 1, STMESSIAH. That's the name of his clothing line called Saki International. SAKEI.INT. You dig? Tell him Big Dice sent you. You dig what I'm saying? Follow him on Instagram at First Messiah, the number 1, STMESSIH. I've been forgetting about my fucking sponsors. And he does customized jackets and everything. This right here is a little jacket that he put together for me. It was a regular old Army fatigue jacket. Decep to the day I die. You see it at the bottom. You already know my status when it comes to that. General, you dig? He did this jacket right here because he has his own artistic view of things. So he does jackets, pocketbooks, boots, pants, everything. That's the front of the jacket. This is the back of the jacket right here. It says God was born in Brooklyn. The rest is self-explanatory. I could prove it anytime anybody wants to. Shout out to my man Dav over there at Legal Guap, man. Shout out to my man Gav over there at Legal Guap. Legal Guap number 3 on Instagram. Rondo Reddo at Facebook. 03 Bulb at Instagram. This is my guy right here over there in California in West Oakland. Over there, this is his clothing line called Legal Guap. That legal money, y'all. That's some of the hats he got for the duck bills he got for the females, y'all. You know, if y'all ain't catch it, that was him right there. He had on one of his sweatsuits. He Legal Guap from top to ankle. He got the sweatsuits for the ladies also. You know, got them for the youngins too. For the youngins, for the next princesses and princes that come up, he got them. He got them for everybody. He got them for everybody. That's that Legal Guap, y'all. That's that Legal Guap. Ain't nothing but that Legal Guap. That legal money. You got the leotards and everything, you know. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got his thongs popping, ladies. So, you know, if y'all want to get your little freaky deaky on, you dig what I'm saying? Come on in here and pull up and get this love and hit that like button, y'all. And he even got the crop tops, you know, with the hood and without the hood. And he has baseball hats for the guys, too. That's just one of the quote-unquote colors he put together. You know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all get over there and subscribe to him. And if y'all into that fronto and y'all into that grabber, make sure y'all get over there to my man Walton them. Yo, Rap Ref, I see you in the building. Make sure if y'all fuck with that grabber, black-owned family, go to the Real Fronto on Instagram and subscribe and tell them Big Dice sent you. Remember what I said, the Real Fronto on Instagram. And if you don't have an Instagram account, because some people don't do the social media, make sure you go to therealfronto.com. Big Super, I see you in the building. I see you. Word up. I see you. They got the best grabber and the best fronto. You can buy the grabber from the ounce all the way up to the pound. As you see, that's the ounce bag right now of a fresh grabber. Grabber is just tobacco that's cut up and cured. Some people use it to stretch their marijuana. Some people use it to make their own cigarettes. And then they also got the best frontal. I'm telling y'all this. I stamped it. Big Dice stamped this shit. These niggas got the best frontal since in the 90s. Yo, the best frontal since Quabird, Craig. You dig what I'm saying? And I forgot about something. Before we get into this work, I got to get into something. Right quick before we get into this work, because tell you the truth, I told you, I don't be doing no capping. And somebody brought something to my attention. And y'all know I got to get humor with it. You know I got to do some humor. Before we get into this work, I got to do some humor. So this is how we're going to start it out. This right here, y'all, is El Compa's brother. This is a picture they made of this person. They made this picture of him back in the days in Brooklyn. This is El Compa's brother. His name is Abdul. This is the one that's been running around begging for cash apps from DJ Velo, Wax AP, anybody that sent him $10, $20. This is the clown that's been running around begging for cash app. This is the clown that's been running around trying to slander my credibility. This clown nigga right here. This is Abdul. Rest in peace to the dread El Compa. Yo, Comp, you know I got to get him for this. This is the clown nigga right here. This is the clown named Abdul. Let me tell you about this clown nigga named Abdul. I'm going to tell you a story. I want you to look at this miserable face while I tell this story. Dog soldier salute. Make a long story short, unfortunately, when we lost Compa, this dude right here became one of the superest tough guys of them all. This little man right here, this George Jefferson reject, became one of the toughest niggas in Brooklyn, y'all. Yo, FTC, when I tell you this nigga turned into dum-da-dum, you know I got to start it off with some rumor. You know I got to start it out with some humor. This clown right here, this dirty, filthy welfare recipient, this homeless bum-ass nigga that's running around stealing money out of people like the great Daddy K's star. Let me tell you about this bum-ass nigga. Anybody in Brooklyn, to my Brooklyn niggas, let me tell you about this bum-ass nigga here. Let's get into this work. Shout out to the legendary Dread Them Daddy K to Bomba Cloud from Lincoln and Troy. He got a nice little club, so you know he looks out for people. Since he was going through something, he told him, he said, you know what? I know you broke. I know you damn near homeless. You don't got nobody to care about you. So since you like running your mouth so much, let's see if you can promote parties. I'm going to give you a Friday night. Ain't that something, y'all? He said, I'm going to give you Friday night. Yeah, Abdul. Somebody hit Abdul and have him pull up. Let's see if he'll pull up for this one, Mr. Abdul Sykes. Yo, Craig, hit Abdul and tell him pull up. Open panel. Since he wants to talk, I got to admit something. Y'all. He made me remember something that I didn't remember, and I need y'all to understand. If y'all want to judge me for it, I got to accept my punishment. Y'all. Big Dice has to stand up and accept his punishment. Now, pay attention to this clown here. You know, I was on the phone with him one day. You know, I told him some things of how I felt to a certain nature. But he won't admit to that because he's suffering from Alzheimer's. Oh, I'm about to tell you. Shout out to the head honcho in the building. I'm about to tell you, China. You know I got to start out with some humor. But we had to put his picture up because they sent this to me from the hood. This is the picture they put up from him. This nigga running around in the hood taking $1,500 out of people's stores. This the dude, y'all, that said I couldn't come back to Brooklyn. He can't even go to Lincoln and Troy. Shame on you, Abdul. You stole $1,500. You stole $1,500 and they tried to help out. And you now live with El Compa's girlfriend, and the word is you sleeping with El Compa's girlfriend. We're going to leave it there. You live with your brother's girlfriend that he never wanted you around, and the word is you sleep with him. And since you wanted to be on the Summer Scram screen, since you wanted to be on YouTube, now you're on YouTube courtesy of Big Dice, Abdul. Now you're on YouTube courtesy because you've been fronting for a long time. And shout out to the head honcho because the head honcho is in the building and you've been a sucker all your life. But for some reason, you want to get on YouTube and act like you tough. So what's we going to do for you? We're going to give you your due diligence, Mr. Abdul. Hell of a picture. Your man's in your hood took that picture of you. I'm going to take y'all down memory lane. For some reason, Abdul wanted to run around on YouTube and said, because I exposed him for, honestly, certain things that I feel, and people in the neighborhood told me. So I exposed him for certain things. And, you know, he wanted to get upset because he was begging niggas for, yo, China, he be calling, Velo was paying him. Velo paid him that money to come up here and lie with Chip, China. Abdul, a lot of people and beg for cash apps. Pull up, Abdul, if I'm lying. I got a few people that you beg for cash apps. Remember your favorite line is, I lost my wallet. See, this clown right here, y'all, he wants to act like him and El Compa was cool. Now that El Compa passed away. El Compa ain't fuck with this nigga. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. The reason why my man El Compa got cut in the face is because this person right here told on somebody on St. John's. He really told on somebody about a murder. So the person happened to bump into El Compa. That's how El Compa got that cut on his face. Compa didn't get that cut on his face because of his beef. Compa got that cut on his face because his brother's a rat. Same person that cut El Compa cut Abdul in the face. But we're going to talk about, I'll let him get a podcast and let's see if he wants to be truthful, because now we're going to play Truth or Dare, because he asked me something and I really didn't understand what he was talking about. He told me, did I remember somebody named Didi, Dide, Dado, Didi? And at first, I didn't remember what he was saying. The reason why, y'all, I didn't remember what he was saying, because he said to me that this person used to rob me right here on this corner when I was out here getting money with my cousin. Number one, I never got money on that corner with any of my cousins. But he is telling the truth, y'all. He got so upset about me expressing the truth about him, he wanted to find some tarnishment on my name. The head honcho, China's in the building right now. He'd have been told y'all anything like that, but we're not going into that because it's a new year, y'all. But I got to start it off with my humor before we get into this work. Didn't y'all tell me to do it like this? But I have to tell the truth, Super. Yo, nerd, I have to tell the truth. Shout out to y'all for pulling up in the building. He is right. He said Dice got robbed before. You're right. I got to be, hold up, y'all. He's right. The person he was talking about is a dude by the name of Didi. He's telling the truth, y'all. He's telling the truth. Did Didi ever rob me by himself? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. But check this out. Yo, FTC, guess when I got robbed? Matter of fact, let me tell y'all the story about how Big Dice got robbed. See, when Big Dice got robbed, I wasn't Big Dice. I wasn't the person I was back in the days, that animal, that savage and all that bullshit. And I damn sure wasn't the person I am today. Big Dice was in the 5th grade in PS 191. Back in the days, they had this thing called Picture Day. Y'all remember that? Picture Day, you got to come to school and take pictures. Well, my uncle, Ice Water, LaVon McLeod, was one of the biggest motherfucking heroin dealers in the hood. So for this particular day, I'm 11 years old. My uncle said, my nephew is going to motherfucking school fly. My nephew going to school fly. So what my uncle do? My uncle gives me one of his chains, y'all. He gives me one of his chains to go to school and take pictures with. What did I do? I went right back in my grandmother's house and I took one of my uncle's rings. If you remember one of my shows back in the days that I told y'all, I love my uncle so much. I used to take his jewelry. I used to take his shoes because he wore a size 12. My uncle wore a size 12 back then, and I wore 10 and a half, some shoes 11. So I would be walking around with the floppy shoes on. That's how much I love my uncle. I told y'all this. This particular day, though, my uncle gives me the chain. He says, yo, duty picker, because he used to call me duty picker. He said, yo, go ahead to school. Make sure you take that picture. Public school now, y'all. Public school, the 5th grade. I was in PS 191. The reason why I was in PS 191 is because I got kicked out of my zone school, which was PS 167, for fighting. So I had to go to that school for 6 months. This is the only reason why I was even in the area to be robbed. My uncle gives me a chain, tells me go to school, take the picture. D-Dye back then was a filthy, disgusting, nasty animal. He was a bum-ass nigga. And he ran with 2 other people. One of them name was Itchy, and he had a cousin by the name of Dwayne. They call him Divine. They're all from this infamous building on Prospect called the Court Building. If anybody know anything about the Court Building, shout out to my man Chiron, shout out to Fox and all of them, shout out to Big Wayne and all of them. Infamous block for gangsters, infamous building for murder. Rest in peace to my man Ramel Ingram. My man Ramel Ingram got killed in that same building, coming from a house party over a Jerry G jacket. Now let's go back to the story. My uncle gives me a chain, and I take a ring out of his room. My uncle had bags of jewelry. Literally, my uncle had bags of jewelry. So what? I'm thinking I'm fly. I go to school. D-Dye, his friend Dwayne, and Dwayne's cousin named Itchy, they plotted on me that whole day. They watched me go to take my pictures and all that. And after school, ironically, D-Dye ran up on me and he wanted to fight. While I'm fighting D-Dye, y'all, while I'm about to fight D-Dye, Dwayne, which was the huskier one, came from behind me, put me in a headlock. Itchy, his cousin, got on the floor and Dwayne pulled me over Itchy. This is the only way they got me to the ground. 3 individuals robbed me. D-Dye never robbed me. Dwayne never robbed me. Itchy just got on the floor. I was choked out by Dwayne, and D-Dye took my fucking chain and they ran. Public school 191. But there's more to the story, y'all. They got that. They took the chain. That's a cold-blooded fact. They took the ring. Check this out. I'm in the 5th grade in public school 191. Okay, back to what I'm saying. I go home. I tell my uncle that these people robbed me. I'm going to leave the story there. Since you talk so much, Abdul, I'm going to leave the story there. Let's see if they tell you what happened when my uncle went back and got that jury back. Let's get to this work.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
That's a cold-blooded fact, y'all. So you know what? I must admit, he's telling the truth about that one. Yep, he is. I'm sorry, y'all. Big Dice got robbed in public school. Forgive me. Please forgive me. But I want y'all to go watch that, and I'm not bragging about this. This is fucked up what I'm getting ready to say. I want y'all to go watch the interview with my big homie, D-Sep legend, Starscream, and Big Lee. And you want to hear some funny shit? Nobody pissed me off, Super. That was over. You want to hear some funny shit, y'all? That's why I say it's fucked up the things that we go through in the hood, because I remember when I got robbed for a polo goose when I was in junior high school when a person pulled a gun in front of me. I can go back to the second right now how I felt. And I'd even forgot about that story about them jumping me for my uncle's chain. But my uncle, I ain't gonna get into what my uncle did when he went back and got all his jewelry. But see, these are the reasons why, quote unquote, we have to be mindful of where our children are at. And number one, that shit would have never happened in PS 167. That wasn't my zone school. I was I was cross Utica Avenue. That shit would have never happened in our hood. They know that. But unfortunately, when it comes to your children, that's why you have to be so informative with your children, because bullying starts. That's why I turned into who I turned into, y'all. I'm a straight A student. I'm a fucking nerd. Thanks to my family, I'm a straight A student, very intelligent. But see, these are the reasons why, quote unquote, I embellish these characteristics of being a savage, because I told myself, I'm not going to be running around in fucking fear. The same fear that I used to run around in, I used to instill in people, and I was good at that shit. And I was good at that shit until I started really paying attention to why I was doing certain shit. Shout out to Wax AP. When my grandfather died, I said, fuck God. When my grandfather left here May 13th, 1995, an animal was born. I was already bugging out. I was already bugging out, y'all. But when my grandfather passed away, when my grandfather passed away, that shit right there ignited some real disrespectful shit inside of me. And then my grandmother left here in 97. That shit started some other shit. I ain't gonna lie. Thank God my grandmother and I had so many people praying for me, because the anger that ignited inside of me, I wanted to die. I did not want to be on this earth without my motherfucking grandmother and grandfather. And that's some crazy shit, because my moms were still here. I didn't care nothing about none of that shit. I wanted to be around my grandmother and grandfather. But I promise you this. Make sure you listen to this very carefully to Abdul. I don't understand why you have a way, when people are talking to you about foul shit that you're in question with, you have a way of bringing up people's names. You're going to fuck around and get somebody hurt, possibly killed. Because I'm going to tell you this to you, to whoever you talk to whoever you think is, I bet you none of these niggas robbed me today. Well, let's get back to this work. We're going to start it out with some funny shit. Court judge, how y'all feel about a courtroom judge last day in front of a sentence? They about to try to kill her. Let's get into this work, y'all. Let's get into this work.
Get off her. Clark County District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus attacked in the courtroom during the sentencing of a 3-time felon, 30-year-old Deobra Redden.
Some shocking video there. We want to get right to our Giovanni Carrillo live from Clark County District Court with the video and what we know. Giovanni.
Right, well, Deobra Redden was in front of a judge, Mary Holthus, for a sentencing hearing on a charge of attempted battery with substantial bodily harm. Now, this attack was all caught on camera.
Because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
That shit got real, y'all. Shout out to Pam in the building. I see you, Miss Pam. Hey, Cheeks, I see you in the building. And I spoke to Wax Cheeks. He gonna rinse you up. I heard about that foolishness you went through over there. Forgive me. I fell asleep during that live. Nasty work. Nasty work. Risk Freedom, I see you in the building. G-Dub Gwen, I see you in the building. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. This is what I want to know. How did that nigga get to run and jump across? I think somebody in that courthouse wanted that woman to get killed, because I don't understand how the fuck that nigga went and jumped over that shit. That nigga belong in the motherfucking Olympics. That nigga leaped like he had a bungee board, like he had an exercise machine up over the goddamn podium at the motherfucking judge. What the fuck where they get that nigga from? We got to watch this again, y'all. This is crazy. How he jump over that shit like that?
Get off her.
Clark County District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus attacked in the courtroom during the sentencing of a three-time felon, 30-year-old Deobra Redden.
Some shocking video there. We want to get right to our Giovanni Carrillo live from Clark County District Court with the video and what we know. Giovanni.
Right, well, Deobra Redden was in front of a judge, Mary Holthus, for a sentencing hearing on a charge of attempted battery with substantial bodily harm. Now, this attack was all caught on camera.
Because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Good God.
You can see and hear the exact moments Judge Holthus denied Redden bail and began to sentence him to jail. But before the judge could finish, Redden rushes towards her, jumps over her bench, and attacks her. You can see the judge fall to.
Why do he got on? Ain't this some shit, y'all? Now, why he got on the goddamn Biggie Small sweater? Why do he got on a Biggie Small sweater in court? See, this the shit right here that's gonna fuck us up automatically. My family always told me, nigga, when you go into court, go to court presentable. What is he doing in court with a Biggie Smalls shirt on? See, this is the bullshit right here. They only do this to us. They only do this to us. What is the nigga doing in court with a Biggie Smalls shirt on, y'all? You see what Dog Soldier said? That man jumped up over that motherfucking podium like he was taught by somebody from the 5 Deadly Venoms, Mayu. One of them there have agilic, athletic abilities that I haven't seen before. He walks like a gymnast, comes across smooth as a killer. But what the fuck is he doing in court with a goddamn polo shirt on? 2 L's up to my lowlifes. I got on a polo shirt. Craig got on some shit. Shots got on some shit. But we ain't in court. What the fuck is he doing in court with a polo shirt on? We got to get into this story, y'all. My fault, y'all. My fault. Forgive me, y'all. Forgive me.
To the ground, and district court marshals jump in to try to stop Redden. The marshals are seen struggling to contain him for a few seconds before the video ends. Now, in a statement to Channel 13, the Las Vegas District Court says that Judge Holthus experienced some injuries and is being monitored at the moment. The district court says the court marshal was transported to the hospital after sustaining some injuries. He's in stable condition. Now, the statement then goes on to say, quote, "We commend the heroic acts of her staff, law enforcement, and all others who subdued the defendant. The court remains committed to a safe and secure courthouse and courtrooms. We are reviewing all our protocols and will do whatever is necessary to protect the judiciary, the public, and our employees." Now, Judge Holthus had a full courtroom docket on Wednesday, but after the incident, marshals cleared the courtroom for the rest of the day. Now, Redden now has a court appearance Thursday morning at 9 before a different criminal judge. Now, Redden is now facing new charges stemming from today's incident in court. Now, those include one felony charge, a battery on a protected person resulting in substantial bodily harm, and 3 other misdemeanor charges.
Keep it close.
That's crazy, y'all. Dredd said he didn't think he was going to get remanded. That nigga went and jumped over that shit. If he was in Brooklyn, you know they'd shot the shit out of him, right? If that nigga was at 360 Adams Street, 120 Skimmerhoin, they'd have shot the shit out that nigga. I don't know if y'all know about how them niggas is, them court officers is in Brooklyn. Them niggas would have shot the shit out of him, man. They got the nigga in the background. He got Down syndrome. He punching him in his head. No, stop. Let her go. Let her go. Get him, Velo. Shout out to DJ Velo. I always do that. Shout out to Artist Morrison. One day they was arguing on the show. Yo, shout out to Mob Ties. Yo, this was when Artist Morrison and Velo had the takeover. They was arguing with somebody. That nigga Artist said, "Get him, Velo! Get him, Velo!" Yo, I almost died. Shout out to Zeke Black. Get him, Velo! Get him, Velo! Shout out to DJ Velo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Velo. He said he needed a shirt with a horse on it because he wanted to show. Hold on, I got that shit. That shit is too goddamn big right there. I gotta get that shit away. Hold, pause. I gotta fix that because this shit is looking like some goddamn Captain Crunch shit. I gotta get that shit back right, baby. Hold on, let's try that one more time, baby. Oh, there we go. He said he needed a shirt with a horse on it because he wanted to show his love for the animals. See, he a good boy. He ain't mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. Streets ain't. Yo, tell him, Wrist Freedom. Tell him about that Woolworth downtown that they had that diner downstairs with them mean motherfucking cheeseburgers. And they had the little cone paper cups that they used to put in the silver cylinders. Am I lying? Y'all don't know nothing about no Needix and stuff like that. We ain't up here to be talking about how old we is. We ain't gonna be talking about no Woolworth downtown with them heated plates with that fire-ass cheeseburger with that pickle. We not going there. We ain't talking about that right. Yeah, I got my goon shit on, y'all. I got my goon shit on. Yeah. I got my goon shit on now. Got one of them young boy hats on. Running around here looking like NBA young boy. I got my NBA young boy shit on. See if my face still fit in this mask, nigga. You hear me, Drake? You having to make sure my face still fit in this mask, nigga. You hear me, Drake? I have to make sure my face still fit in this fucking mask. Don't y'all niggas forget it. Don DeMarco. I still got a few masks too, nigga. You niggas fuck around, smell that good reefer. Boom! Boom! Don DeMarco. But we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We chilling. We ain't gonna do that. We chilling. We ain't gonna do that. We gonna get that vibe off us. We gonna get that vibe off us. Matter of fact, we gonna get that vibe up off us. Matter of fact, we gonna get that vibe up off us. We gotta get that vibe up off us. I done switched my hat. I don't even want that vibe on me. Let's get that nasty vibe up off me. You understand what I'm saying, T? Chill. Be easy. Pray for me, y'all. I had to switch my hat. Matter of fact, man, let me get myself together. I got to give y'all something. I done went to a vibe right quick, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Let's get a little break right quick. Let's go.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds I'm cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Swiss baby, careful with this. I mean this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you slide through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
That's right, y'all. That's a cold-blooded fact. One good thing, though. One good thing. Everybody be saying that, quote unquote, sometimes you see a white person, you feel as though that they're racist, or you be saying, some people be saying that white people just run around trying to kill people, especially if they have guns. I got to give this man his flowers right here, y'all. I want y'all to look at this story right here. I want to give this man his flowers, y'all. Seriously. I want y'all to see. So let me know if y'all get this man his flowers, man. For real. Let me see if y'all going to get this man his flowers, because I did totally opposite. He helped me look at some things within myself. Check this out, y'all.
And good evening. Caught on camera, homeowner confronts a bunch of would-be burglars trying to break into cars in Cyprus.
And a homeowner wasn't messing around, going outside with an AR-15 rifle. It happened in his neighborhood off Highway 290 in Mosque. Tonight, Devon Raming talks to the homeowner about the confrontation. He joins us live with the story you'll see only on KHOU 11 News. Devon?
Well, Mia and Lynn, there have been several reports of similar car break-ins in this area, and the family in this most recent case say they hope those responsible have learned a lesson.
This was the scene just after midnight Tuesday in the Villages of Cypress Lakes neighborhood. Terry Willis's security cameras catching a group of would-be thieves pulling on car doors looking for goods inside.
I had a side-by-side UTV that was on the back of the truck, hooked it, and they had got up into the side-by-side.
Now pay attention to this, y'all, before we get into this story. This is a white man. I'm giving him his flowers for this shit, because I'm telling y'all, everybody of a different color is not against us. Everybody is not bad. Everybody is not bad. The devil said this. He said, as long as everybody forgets that we're all a human race, half of his job is already done. Shout out to this man right here, y'all. That man walked outside with an AR-15, y'all. And I know what that shit'll do. Pay attention to what he decided to do, though, how he handled this shit. Shout out to you, gangster.
We're trying to take it off the trailer.
But the crew of car prowlers didn't realize whose property they were treading on.
For approximately 20 years, I had concealed weapons permit, and I've also been through hunter safety courses. I've built guns. I built the ARs.
Motion detectors outside of Willis's home setting off an alarm, leading him to take matters into his own hands.
I told him, I said, I don't think you want to do this.
Walking out his home with an AR-15 pointed in their direction.
I racked the bolt back, put the shell in the chamber.
Y'all heard how loud that rack was? Yak, yak, yak.
I don't think you want to do this.
Y'all heard that?
Walking out his home with an AR-15 pointed in their direction.
I racked the bolt back, put the shell in the chamber.
Sending thieves scrambling, one even having to run to catch up with the getaway car. And while Willis didn't shoot,
they were leaving, and that was what I wanted. I wanted them away from here. I don't want to kill somebody, but if it comes to that, to protect my family, I will.
Something KHOU legal analyst Carmen Rowe says Willis had every right to do under the state's Castle Doctrine. It gives citizens the right to exhibit a weapon or use deadly force when it's immediately necessary to prevent another's attempt to commit burglary or theft of property at night.
I've worked for 40 years of my life for everything I've got. Never stole anything, and I'm just not taking it no more.
As for any copycat offenders,
this ain't the place to come, because we're tired of it.
That's gangster right there, y'all. That's gangster. That's really like gangster. That nigga could have opened up on that motherfucking car. You already know what that AR gonna do to him, Dread. Yo, dog, tell him what that AR gonna do. Tell him what them 227's gonna do to that fucking fiberglass in that window. Them are rifle fucking bullets. Them are rifle bullets. And something that the dog soldier, me and him matter of fact, for the new year, we gonna start doing this shit, y'all, because we supposed to do it last year. We gonna start talking to y'all about the safety about having, owning, and operating handguns. You heard what that man said? He said he's been a concealed carry for years. He said, shit, I built the ARs. He built that motherfucker. You heard how that shit racked up? Yak, yak. He said, hold up, y'all. I don't think you want to do that. That nigga out there in his drawers barefoot. He said, hold up, y'all. I don't think y'all want to do that. The one little nigga forgot. He said, oh, shit. But he said he went to hundreds. Listen to what he said. Over the years, he's been to hundreds of safety courses and classes pertaining to operating and owning a gun. The mannerisms, the stances, the things that you have to do, the preliminary precautions that you can do and use without having to discharge a firearm. Seriously. I get that man his flowers, man. Put the flowers up for the OG, man. Because I'm not sure if I'd have had that type of self-control. Think about that. The man said he worked 40 years of his life for everything he got. He said he ain't gonna have nobody taking nothing away from him. He tired of that shit. And he did everything that he was supposed to do. He had surveillance outside of his home. And in the state that he lived in, if he'd have started opening on their ass, you dig what I'm saying? They say, quote unquote, he has the right to what? Exhibit and execute force with that firearm if need be, if somebody is doing, check how they stipulated that. Burglary, attempting to rob. See, you got to understand the stipulations of your county and your state that you live from. So me and Dog gonna get y'all right. Y'all just can't be pulling a gun. As of North Carolina, 2022, in 2022, they just passed the law. See, back in the days, before 2022 in North Carolina, if you caught an intruder in your home, that still was not ample reason for you to let go that gun. Boom, boom, boom. They say, quote unquote, if he or she is not an imminent threat to you, pay attention. Even though they have broken into your home and they are trespassing on your property, you did not have the right to execute lethal harm. If you shoot somebody in the back while they were standing in your home, you went to jail for fucking murder. Even though they broke into your home, if you shot them in the back before 2022, the law stipulated they were trying to run. They were trying to get away from you. They weren't the aggressor. What the fuck you mean you're not the aggressor? You already broke into my fucking house. But in the eyes of the law in the state of North Carolina, as opposed of before September 2022, you did not have the right to quote unquote fire. Now you got the right to blow. Boom, 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 boom. The minute that nigga is on your property, the minute he is in your motherfucking crib, you got the right to blow. But when it comes to outside, just like that man right here, these are some things that have to be up. You have to have surveillance. Chevy Dave, I see you in the building. Salute. You have to have surveillance. You have to have this recorded. And in the state of North Carolina, you have to have, this is very, very important to people that's in North Carolina. You have to have, even if you have your own licensed firearm, you have to have no trespassing signs all around your property. If you have animals, you have to have beware of dog on your property. These some things I got to tell you. You see what Dog says, Swiss cheese, especially if he loaded that 5.56 Napto. So we got to get that man his motherfucking props. Because pay attention, y'all. Them were kids. Them weren't armed robbers that was coming to break in somebody's house. Those was kids that was running around trying to open car doors, trying to get some change, probably, unfortunately, addicted to some meth or something like that and just trying to get a fix, or just being out and being mischievous. Who knows? That shit could have been something that was done for an initiation to a gang, initiation to a crew. You dig what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I got some sad news. I got some sad news for y'all right now. The second person to be killed for the year of 2024. Let's get into this, y'all.
A police search tonight for the killer of a 15-year-old boy in Brooklyn.
He was shot last night at the Bayview Houses in Canarsie. That's just a couple of miles from his home.
Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett is in Canarsie tonight. NJ.
And right, Joe, police recovered a series of shell casings. They say the gunman fired a series of shots. Yes, a second homicide of 2024 claims the life of a 15-year-old boy. Gunned down, Joe, just standing here on the sidewalk. His family says Javelle Lawton was in the wrong place at the wrong time. 15 years old, well-known and well-liked, with no juvenile record and no criminal history. Gunned down while standing on the sidewalk. It happened at 9 o'clock last night outside the Bayview houses in Canarsie. Medics struggled to save his life, but Javelle would be pronounced dead in the emergency room with a single bullet wound in his torso. Crime scene investigators spent hours searching for ballistics evidence and recovered 4 spent shell casings. Detectives tell Eyewitness News that Javelle got into some sort of verbal dispute with another young man who fired a series of shots before he took off into the night with 2 others. What prompted the dispute was still not clear late this afternoon. The murder was the second in New York City in 2 days and comes after a double-digit decrease in 2023. Murders down nearly 12% last year. Shootings down almost 25%. Mayor Adams insisted today that violent crime is trending lower.
Overall crime was down in 2023. The promise that we made and the promise that we kept is real. And a promise that has saved lives and laid the foundation for a full economic recovery.
But residents here are worried about 2024 while expressing sympathy for the victim's family.
But I hope and pray that everything works out with that family.
What is it about this that makes it so tragic?
That they don't get a chance to grow. They don't get a chance to have a family. They don't get a chance to live their life. 15 years old is very young. And it's unfortunate for a lot of other children as well in other communities. It's not just this one.
Again, what sparked the shooting here still not clear tonight. Anybody with information that can help detectives pinpoint a suspect is urged tonight.
I got to hear her talk one more time because for some reason, I just say praises to this woman right here because they always seem like they just want to get the most ignorant people to come and express about our neighborhood. Thank God that they chose this beautiful black woman right here. Shout out to this sister. Let's go.
That they don't get a chance to grow. They don't get a chance to have a family. They don't get a chance to live their life. 15 years old is very young. And it's unfortunate for a lot of other children as well in other communities. It's not just this one.
Again, what sparked the shooting here still not clear tonight. Anybody with information that can help detectives pinpoint a suspect is urged tonight to call the NYPD.
15 years old. Rest in peace to him. I'm going to give you some time to wrap up and roll up if y'all want to. I ain't going nowhere. Shout out to Jaffe for this song right here. I swear to God, man. Rest in peace to that young cat. Let's go.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me. Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. GD. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sipping my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture. I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. The streets ain't never loved me since my brother died, my mother cried. Tears in my eyes bleed red, ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Yeah, them Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Jop, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit. It's how we music, nigga.
Go cop that album, man. The Golden Era. That's a cold-blooded fact. Miss Pam said that shit is fire. Cutthroat Entertainment, I see you in the building. Miss Pam said them lyrics is fire. So how you feel about this one, Miss Pam? Shout out to Jaffe. Shout out to Jaffe. How you feel about this one, Miss Pam? Tell me how you feel about this one. Let's go.
I really don't believe these niggas can fuck with me. My time. Now. Niggas gotta be drunk. They see anything different. Top. Told myself when I get home, then I'ma take the streets. Right. Looking in the mirror, this a better me. Like self-care, I'm making time for me. I know these niggas mad cause they can't fuck with me. Right. Prove me you love you, now you stuck with me. Real. Don't goof around cause it's no luck with me. Show me you love you, now you stuck with me. You know I'm real, can put your trust in me. Try to make them get my vision, I'ma paint it, move dangerous. Cocaine V is white painted, move cautious. The niggas call it scared, I call it smart, they too tough. They thought it couldn't happen, now you shot, I told truth. I jumped off the step, I'm a different stoop. Star Wars, gun in the mask, boy a different troop. Yeah, picture niggas playing around with Rosa son. Have my youngin' light them up, I get you rolled in one. They ain't talking about money, these niggas talking light. Sitting on a brick and a half, I make a move tonight. Yeah, bucket low like I'm a fisherman. No money, I just give her the rod. I'm trying to wheel her in. Yeah, she turn to Mimi when she up there. Love her when I touch there. She can't get enough, oh yeah. I'm the nigga you call when your man bugging. That's right, gon' cry on my shoulders. I know we fucking sound foul, but she been wanting to get a pussy up. And yeah, it's a good enough reason to get a pussy up. So myself when I get home, then I'ma take the streets. Looking in the mirror, this a better me. Like self-care, I'm making time for me. I know these niggas mad cause they can't fuck with me. Right, prove me you love you, now you stuck with me. Don't goof around cause it's no luck with me.
Prove to me you loyal and you stuck with me. Shout out to SMM Jeezy here in the building. The Nile is in the building, y'all. It's always been a Nile. It's always been a Nile and Team Guardian from day one, though. I ain't gonna front. It's always been a Nile and Team Guardian. Shout out to FTC Vice. It's always been a Nile and Team Guardian. You dig what I'm saying? And shout out to the head honcho, China Brim. You dig what I'm saying? Like they said, if the Nile River is the cousins to 050, we got to be the cousins too. We got to be the brothers and sisters. So shout out to the head honcho, Big China. He pulled up last night. He the one that started this tree. We got our own different branches, y'all. That's all. We got our own different branches, man. You know, sometimes on the tree, they got branches on one side of the tree facing east. They got branches on the other side of the tree that's facing west. Them branches will never interact with each other. They probably never even see each other. They'll never be in agreement at all. But one thing they have to be in agreement is and understand is we all came from one root that's going up towards the sky. You dig? And that's just a cold-blooded fact. So shout out to the head honcho, man. For real. I've been telling China this for the longest. Shout out to 050. 050 is the movement. But unfortunately, a lot of things are starting to unravel in the 050. It happens in every camp. It happened in the Nile. It happened in Team Guardian. It happens in every camp. It happens in every camp, man. You can't say who's right. You can't say who's wrong. But I take my blessings from Allah, mashallah. Everything that's supposed to happen is going to happen. You heard me? Oh, shit, Jeezy. That's a cold-blooded fact, Jeezy. Hold on. Oh, shit, Jeezy. Damn. For the new year, man. Damn, Jeezy. You just got it just now. My fault, Jeezy. Damn, I'm glad you pulled up and asked me that. You just got it. Cold-blooded fact for the new year. I said it's a new year. It's a new year, new energy. I want new things around me. Change my number. I used to change my number every year. I used to flush the bad energy away from me every year. I didn't change that last number I had, the 813 number. I didn't change that number for about 5-6 years, maybe 7 years. Word up. But all my niggas got my number. Get that energy away from me, man. You dig? On some other shit. Gotta get shit away from me. Let's talk about some good shit for a minute, though. Finally, New York City decides to do something. Even though it ain't no cutthroat, I see you. Even though it ain't really too much, but it's something. Check out what New York City decides to do. Check out what New York City decides to do, y'all. Ain't this some shit? About time.
Among them, a new minimum wage hike taking effect in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Here's News 4's Adam Harding live in Englewood, New Jersey, where the minimum wage is now more than $15 an hour statewide. Adam.
That's right, Gilma, and that is a very big deal here for the state. They've been trying to get that $15 number for years. Workers tonight celebrating, but businesses likely will have to increase their prices, according to one expert, to offset some of these new added monies. And that is just one of a number of changes taking effect. It wasn't exactly a sunrise this morning, but the new year already off to a bright start for workers like Berman Jimenez, who could soon benefit from the state increasing the minimum wage by $1.
I mean, it feels great. It always feels great to earn a lot of money, a little bit more.
Hundreds of thousands of workers in the tri-state area getting a raise in the new year. Wages up across the board. Connecticut's minimum wage jumping to $15.69. New York, $16. Now New Jersey, just over $15.
It was something businesses planned for, and I think businesses can take things in stride if they.
Fuck that. I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas is talking about. $16 and all you gotta do is go to McDonald's. $16 and all you gotta do is go to a grocery store. So it's a bunch of people, we gotta respect that. It's some people that, when it comes to them jobs pertaining to, filing things and computers, and all right, cool, that's not what you into. You said you wasn't into. I'm talking to my niggas in Brooklyn. Everybody was sitting up talking about how they just wanted some type of change. $16 motherfucking dollars minimum wage. CVS. The corner goddamn store got to pay you $16. The corner store got to pay you $16. Pathmark. A grocery store. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, White Castle, nigga. You get to get them White Castle burgers and make $16 an hour. There's no excuses. Thighs, lies, and bams. Happy New Year's, baby. I see you in the building. He said, Joe, what, laugh out loud, Bergen County been paying $15 minimum since 2018. And someone I know is making $15 in White Castle in New York during 2014. That's gangster. Think about that, y'all. That's fucked up. He said in 2014, he knew somebody in White Castle that was making $15 an hour, and now it's 2024, 10 years later, and that's only a motherfucking dollar. That is crazy. Super said in Florida it's $18 an hour. Dunbar said, yo, all that means is we're about to cut benefits. Let's get back into this work, man. I'm bugging out. Pardon me, y'all. Let's get back into this. Let's see what he's talking about.
They're expected, and this was expected.
In a joint statement today by the governor and elected officials, state leaders say when we first began our work together in January 2018, New Jersey's minimum wage was only $8.60 per hour. Today, thanks to the bill signed into law in February 2019, we are one of only a handful of U.S. states with a minimum wage over $15 an hour. And it is also indexed annually to inflation, which means working families won't fall behind when prices go up. Tom Bracken is the president and CEO of New Jersey's Chamber of Commerce.
The issue for the governor and the legislature was this makes the state more affordable for those who are subject to minimum wage, which is true. But the other side of the equation is somebody's got to pay for this, and the business community is paying for it, putting more pressure on the profits of the companies at a time when business is not as great as it should be.
Bracken says the rise in pay for employees may also lead to a rise in costs to offset the expenses.
350,000 people are impacted positively, and that cost, whatever it is being borne by the business community, and they've got to figure out a way to cover it.
Other changes coming to the Garden State in 2024, expansion of restraining orders, free feminine products in school bathrooms for 6th graders and up, increased flood disclosures for buyers and renters, and the so-called Seinfeld law, which would require telemarketers to identify themselves within 30 seconds. And Gilma, just a snapshot there of some of the changes coming to the Garden State throughout 2024, but a lot of people tonight talking about the minimum wage. Of course, you hear more money in the bank account. That is welcome news to so many, including one family we met today visiting from out of state, how they hope the change to the minimum wage moves them one step closer to North Jersey home. For now, we're live in Englewood. I'm Adam Harding, News 4, New York.
That's still really not no money, but it is still some money. And like the Dread said, that's fucked up. That equates to an extra $40 a week. Jeezy said, I feel like the amount of minimum wage depends on the cost of living in that area. They won't give us 20 an hour if we live in low income areas because otherwise we'll be able to get out of that. That's a fact. See, me, if I had some let me tell you something. This is the bug part is, if I had some type of political power, I'm not no governor or no legislation or nothing like that, but what I would do is I would put the motherfucking jobs that's like $20 and $25 an hour in the communities, like SMM Jeezy said, that's impoverished. Then I would put the jobs that's like $18, $16.50 to $18, maybe $19 an hour in the communities with the people that are somewhat relatively economically stable. They win, we win. We pay more taxes, they pay less taxes, but we still get an advantage. And nothing is taken away from them. They're already at a comfortable rate of living at an economical point that a lot of us would never even imagine, much less ever live in. Think about that. For a person that grown up in the P's, in the project, shout out to all my P's. That's why we be so amused. That's why we so intrigued if we drive by certain areas, if we go see family members and we see mansions and shit's like, damn, like what the fuck? You mean to tell me one family just stays in all that space? But as opposed to where we come from, they overpopulate and they overcrowd. They pack us on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other in the same amount of space. That's what's driving us crazy. Like somebody else said it before, and I said it on one of my shows, when it comes to a project, just like when we went to school and they gave us a science project, the reason why they gave us these science projects is because they wanted to know, quote unquote, what did we learn? What did we absorb in science? what intrigued our mind, what things that we learn about relativity, electricity. My favorite science project for a bunch of years was a couple of batteries, some aluminum foil. This is true story. Some wood, a rail. Take that aluminum foil, hold it around a couple of batteries, put it on the side of a motherfucking little ass light, and that shit is gonna light up. Relativity, electricity. That shit got me a B. Got me out the motherfucking jam. You know what I'm saying? Because of electricity and the current that flows through metal and foil. Got me out of a bunch of motherfucking jams. You dig what I'm saying? But I wanted to save this for last. This is some deep shit right here. I don't know if y'all, too many people are familiar with this man right here's story. But everybody know who this is, right? Rest in peace to the brother. Everybody know who that is, right? Smash that like button, man. This is content, man. You see what I said right there? Oh, God bless, no man can test. No one can test. Rest in peace to the brother Malcolm. Rest in peace. Does anybody know who this is? If y'all don't know who he is, I'm going to tell you right now. Let's get into this work. You know why? Because you are now rocking with the best.
News to get to out of Newark at this hour, where we just learned the imam who was shot outside of his mosque has died. The killer still on the run right now. News 4's Pat Battle live in Newark with the search for that shooter, Pat.
Natalie, the Newark mayor, Ras Baraka, just released a statement which said in part that Imam Hassan Sharif stood with the people of this.
Rest in peace to the brother. We're going to get into this show, but I want y'all to pay attention to what Super just put up. My man Thighs said, yo, I heard about him yesterday. Super said he just got shot. Then he said, I recently saw this. He just got hit. Now let's get back into this work. I'm going to let y'all know who we are. You are now fucking with the best. I'm Sharon McLeod's son. Don DeMarco. I keep trying to tell y'all that, but y'all don't listen to me. I be trying to tell y'all this shit, but y'all don't listen to me. You are now fucking with the best. This right here is the brother Malcolm X. Rest in peace to Malcolm X. When the brother Malcolm X was assassinated, they came from a mosque in Jersey, which back then was called Mosque number 25. This Iman right here, may he rest in peace. This brother was just shot and killed yesterday at that exact mosque. It's a legendary mosque in Jersey. Let's get into this work.
The imam who was shot outside of his mosque has died. The killer still on the run right now. News 4's Pat Battle live in Newark with the search for that shooter, Pat.
Natalie, the Newark mayor, Ras Baraka, just released a statement which said in part that Imam Hassan Sharif stood with the people of this city, and this city will stand with him and his family, and that extended family, the members of the Masjid Muhammad Mosque here on South Orange Avenue and the greater community at large. And he was a beloved member of this community. We don't yet know the motive behind his death, but we're already feeling its impact.
So this is mind blowing. This is like, I really am. I'm speechless.
His shot gave way to tears as he learned that Imam Hassan Sharif was in critical condition this morning and later succumbed to the bullet wounds that he suffered in the parking lot behind the Masjid Muhammad Mosque just after morning prayer services at 6:15 this morning.
We all need to pray for him. He's a good man. He's always been a good person. And I don't know what else to say. I'm going in the masjid right now. I'm going to say a prayer for him. And I'm sure the entire community is doing the same thing because the word spread it very quickly.
Anish Abdullah drove up from South Jersey to pray for the Imam, who, in addition to his religious duties here, had worked as a security officer for the TSA at Newark Liberty Airport for more than 15 years. A spokesperson saying the TSA was deeply saddened to hear of his death, which sent shockwaves through this community.
He's a good man. He's accommodating. He's very friendly. You know, we all work together. It doesn't matter how we worship our gods, but we worship one God. They call Allah, we call Jesus Christ.
Margaret Adebayo is matron of the Christian church next door to the mosque here on Camden Street at South Orange Avenue. She and others we spoke to recalled the Imam as a generous and respected man, recently appointed resident Imam here at the oldest mosque in Newark, established by the Nation of Islam in 1958 as Mosque number 25. It offers educational programs. They feed the homeless and so much more.
I have an organization called, it's a Muslim women's organization, and he contributed in anything that I needed for the organization, for the women to do things in the community, such as give out book bags, feed the homeless and things like that. He did contribute. So if anything that anybody needed in this community, for anything they were doing in the community, other than not just Islamic community, communities at whole, he will always be able to contribute.
Such a generous spirit, and already is so missed in this community. You can see people have gathered outside the mosque here as their shock has given way to disbelief and now just outright grief here. The Essex County Prosecutor's Office is holding a news conference at 4:30. We do have a camera and a reporter en route to that, and we will bring you the latest information on News 4 New York at 6 o'clock. For now, reporting live from South Orange Avenue in Newark, I'm Pat Battle, News 4 New York.
I'm sorry, y'all. Rest in peace to that brother. That's the oldest mosque in Jersey. Oldest mosque in Jersey. Infamous, legendary mosque. But, as we all know in history, allegedly people from that mosque took it upon theirself to be involved in the plot and the assassination of Malcolm X. May he rest in peace. Is that mosque now cursed? Is that mosque now cursed? They just did a documentary on Malcolm X. If you didn't see the documentary on Malcolm X, I advise everybody, please, they did it a couple of years back. Please go see it. If you got a Fire Stick, pull up the documentary on Malcolm X and we can pull up and talk about that. We could do a show on particularly just that. It may upset some people, but these is actual facts that have been laid out. That hurts me to this second right here of quote unquote how a man in his belief, in my opinion only, a man in his belief in Allah and his pure at heart is the reason why he died. See, the bug part about it is they withheld so much information pertaining to the brother. Like, one of his close friends offered him a handgun. He said, I don't want no handgun. They begged him to have metal detectors and security at the door. He said, I will not treat my people like savages and like they are not welcome in their own home. Philly Shah, assalamu alaikum, brother. They say he embraced his killers. He embraced his killers. They say he prayed about this. They say he told everybody closest to him he had a funny feeling that this was going to be his last speech. Is the mosque cursed? There's so many stories behind that. There were so many allegations and fabrications that the minister Elijah Muhammad ordered them not to bother him, not to touch a hair on his head. Pay attention to this, y'all. Yes, he did confront Elijah Muhammad with a conversation. And he did question him about certain things that puzzled him, that he felt as though went against everything that was taught to him. Allegedly about situations pertaining to Elijah Muhammad and impregnating young females in Islam. Islam tells us to be fathers and protectors and leaders and nourishers of our family. But allegedly, because he impregnated them and put them in homes or apartments, allegedly all over where he was at, he was looked upon as a hypocrite. And in his response, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, may he rest in heaven, says, yes, he did do some things that may seem unjust to everybody in society, but he said, we are supposed to be fruitful and multiply. He said that to him. We are supposed to be fruitful and multiply. From the interpretation of Malcolm X, he felt a little confused because as he lived in a home that wasn't as elaborate and luxurious as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was living in, they even said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said to him, what is it that you want, brother? Do you want another home? Do you want a bigger home? Malcolm X faith, alleged, said that he just chose God, Allah. It hurt him to see someone that literally changed his whole mind and direction and way of thinking live a certain way that he felt as though was against the way of Islam. Philly Shah said, it's so much more to Brother Malcolm's death. There's a bigger story that hasn't been told. Certain things, like the brother said, and that saddens me too, because like he said, from the documentary they put out, that uncovered so many things that, like he said, some of the older brothers said that they was never going to talk about. Gift and the Curse, I see you in the building. Big Killer, I see you. Like the brother just said, he said there's so many things that's still allegedly being withheld about the brother's death. That's so sad because it's more and more in reference and alliance to the reason why originally they say he was killed. Is that mosque cursed? Is that mosque cursed? I dropped the link. Anybody want to pull up and talk about it? And some of the things that's going on. It's just sad. Like the brother said, to this day, 2024, we're in a brand new year, and there's still so many things that's unbeknownst to the situation. Well, rest in peace with the brother Malcolm X. But then again, they only going to let us know what they want us to know. Unless you do your due diligence and do a little more research. They're going to make it harder and harder for you to obtain certain information. But if you do the history, see everything, the resources that we have now that was much more harder. Back in the days, you had to go to the library. You had to take your time to get dressed, rain, sleet, snow, fall, and get your ass to a library. You had to pull out a book. You had to take a book home for 2 or 3 days or a couple of weeks. You had to rent a book from the library. This is way before Blockbuster when y'all started renting DVDs. Fuck them DVDs. Back in the days, you had to rent a fucking book. You had to have a library card to obtain certain information. Now, with the resources that they're giving us at the touch of a finger right here on this computer, you can pull any book you want to up right now on your damn computer. This is really why I don't like computers, because it seems like this is increasingly turning a bunch of people more and more lazy. These computers. Back in the days, you know we did. We got excited. Fuck that. We're going to get a brand new outfit. Go to the mall, try on an outfit, get a nice, get something to eat from the mall, might bump into some people, interact with some people, might get a phone number, might not get a phone number, might just go chill. Now you don't do that. You want to get something, you get on the fucking computer and you order it. Fuck it, I'll have it shipped to the house. This is the reason why in these motherfucking stores that we buy these things from, they got these things called dressing rooms, dummy. Drop guard, I see you in the building. I say dummy in a good way. Because in a dressing room, you will be able to try on something that you like, something that you feel as though you want to purchase. Some cuts on certain dresses, pants, ladies' blouses, fellas' shirts, some shoes pertaining to a regular boot or an Italian cut is not going to fit you the way you think it's going to fit you. Some shoes, it might be a size 11. Because of the cut, you might have to have that motherfucker to 12 and a half. Ladies, because of the bubble, because y'all like these European designers, when it comes to a urban designer, like Levi, Apple Bottom or something like that, yeah, you might be a 26. But when it comes to an Italian designer, you might be a 35. You be done ordered a 26, you get that shit to the house, ladies, and you can't get that shit past your damn thigh. Now you're frustrated. You done spent some money for some shit. You thought you was going to wear that to that club or that outfit or that event you was going to that night. Come to find out that bitch don't fit. So now what you got to do, you got to send that shit back, and now you got to go, what you could have did the first time, you got to go jump in your car or jump on your train or whatever you type of transportation, Uber, and go get an outfit. Now you got to go right back to a motherfucking spot and take your lazy ass in a goddamn dressing room. And I bet you won't do that goofy ass shit no more, but these computers just tricked us. These computers got us sitting up in the crib, gaining weight, turning into fucking couch potatoes. It was couch potatoes back in the days. Now a bunch of y'all is computer potatoes. They even got that new shit. You can work from home. That's the most laziest shit. Let me tell you something. The only reason why you should work from home is if you have a fear with going outside, or you had a bad accident, or maybe you might be handicapped, or you might be having a handicap where you can't move as fast or something like that, or you might not be as, assertive as you would, or you might have phobias around beer. You just ain't supposed to sit your ass in the house and make double cheeseburgers and watch television talking about, I'm getting money, girl, because I'm just putting this shit together. No, that's being lazy. Hank McCoy, I see you in the building. Salute, beloved. You're right. You're right about that, Super. I'm not blaming computers. You're right. People was lazy before that. What I'm saying is these computers made them more lazy. Ain't that some shit? The computers made them more lazy. I know some people, the only reason why they shop online is because they had to have a credit card. Do that make any sense? I know people that shop online because they had to have a credit card. Not a debit card, a credit card. A debit card, y'all already know, is what's in the bank in your account that you could use as quick or slow as you want to. No, a credit card. There's some people that would have never been even connected to online shopping or with these motherfucking apps if they just didn't have this infatuation with spending money. People are addicted to fucking shopping. Addicted to shopping. People are caught up in the allure of what's going on with everything else except what's important. Ain't that some shit? Shout out to my man Diddy Bop. And shout out to my man Big Bill. Shout out to the Star. Shout out to my Ralph Avenue dude, y'all. Let's rock for a second.
Splurge, 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 splurge. I just got back into town, I was on the road. My homie died inside the can, he ain't make parole. Call his baby mom, she act like she ain't even know. She too busy in these streets trying to be a hoe. Call his brothers, one woo, the other one is choke. They out here banging on each other like it's friend or foe. They mom's blood pressure high and the sugar low. Pops a crackhead, still thinking he a gigolo. My elbow homie out the can, gun up in his hand. Looking for a nigga killed his man when he was in the can. Seen him standing on the corner, so we let it blend. He back in the can, he did that shit up on can. Now every time he look, they saying free him on the gram. He sending pictures for the post, he think he the man. He did 10, he should've came on with a better plan. Now to see parole board, he gotta put like 20 in. And I'm just giving y'all the facts of my hood life. It's way different from Kanye with that good life. My niggas out here trapping gay with their Yeezys on. And it's Snow White, nigga, put that Jeezy on. Got that top shelf, nigga, but it's for the high. Want that block work, I got it 17.5. Know the hardest thing to do is try and stay alive. What I'm gonna do, nigga, still chop or die. Roll an element, put me in my element. I'm a goon, walk inside the room, I'm like an elephant. Listen to the walls, you can hear our niggas telling shit. I don't talk on phones, I'm a 4-time felon, bitch. You gotta watch how you talk to me. I'm a boss, you a worker, not supposed to talk to me. And I know your boss, he used to run to the store for him. Big shot, but when he see me, he be feeling awkward. Oh, and I don't fuck with these rap niggas. With fake jewelry, I know, I used to yap niggas. Don't throw your life away, you know how I catch niggas. You want me lit? Well, I'll turn you to a pack, nigga. Look, this nigga wasn't even worth that shit like that. This nigga's not even an $80 aid about this bitch. This nigga is block work me like, I shouldn't have to do this shit.
Shout out to Diddy Bop. He doing his thing, y'all. Shout out to Diddy Bop, man. The link is dropped if anybody want to pull up. My man Super did make a good point right here. He said, I would rather work from home. I don't think it's cool for racist coworkers to be able to just get me laid off because of their own personal feelings. He said, and that's happened too many times. But you know what, Super? You know what you might have to do? You might have to play check. You might have to play chess, not checkers. I went through a couple of situations when I first moved to North Carolina, and I had that same, I'm not gonna front, I used to be like, yo, these niggas is crazy. Just because these dudes is white or whatever, they think they better than me. Fuck that bullshit. I'm about to quit. I ain't gonna be going through that bullshit. But now I had to reprogram my mind. I had to totally reprogram my mind. What I did is, after having an argument with one and just walking off a good job because of my motherfucking ego, because I said, yo, if I'd have stayed at the job, I'm gonna hurt this nigga. But then I'm thinking about that shit now. I could have just ignored the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because being from where I'm from and then moving down here to the South, I had a totally different mind state when I came down here. Everything was aggressive. Everything was confrontational. There was no type of reason. I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit niggas was talking about. But see, that's where I fucked up. I'm not talking about your situation. Maybe our situation's similar, but I'm telling you about my situation. When I walked into the first of all, and then I had to take it upon this, I ain't never really been the type to really work for nobody. So when I decided to change my life and get into the whole thing of the aspect of going to work and the 401k and getting up and lunch breaks and all that shit and looking at checks, I'm like, damn, this is what I got for the whole week. And I'm usually getting that in like about 30, 40 minutes. See, certain shit like that, I had to reprogram my motherfucking mind, and I had to start understanding these people that I'm around, these aren't the same aspect of people that I used to be around in the street. See, the people that we used to be around are aggressive, confrontational, animal survival tactics. See, these people that when you start working and going to work around people, these people, the reason how they display their animal survival tactics is by going to human resources. See, our animal tactics is grabbing you by your face and beating you in your mouth. Their motherfucking animal tactics is, excuse me, can I go to human resources for a minute? That's how they do their thing. They don't fight. And they taught me something about me and my ignorance. See, when we was younger, that was the way we was supposed to well, we wasn't even supposed to handle it like that when we was younger. Unfortunately, that shit was just bred into us to handle it like that. Like I said, and always, there's an alphabet, there's a small G, and then there's a capital G. Because when you're a small G, you're moving like a child. You're moving like you say, the goon, the gangster in the street. But when you're a capital G, this is when you're supposed to be moving like a grown man, an adult. Certain times we have to humble ourselves for the better goal. So it's going to be a bitch ass nigga, of course, that's going to be a plant operation manager or maybe a crew leader or a supervisor that's going to try to get under our skin because they know one thing for sure. Number one, if they see us coming to work every day on time. Number two, if they see us coming to work and we're not late. Number three, we're doing our job and we're mastering our craft. See, these type of bitch ass niggas, because they don't believe in complimenting the nigga or pulling a nigga up. These type of niggas get what? Insecurities. They start feeling threatened. You never did nothing to them. But because of your work ethic and your dedication to your job, see, they thinking in their mind, the reason why you're doing all these things at work is because you're trying to surpass them and take their spot. But that's not what you're doing. The reason why you're going to work is because you're trying to sustain yourself. You may have a family. You may have responsibilities. This is why you're doing everything in your best ability, because you don't want to be having to go to human resources to be written up about poor workmanship. You don't want to be going to resources to be written up about coming to work late. You don't want to be going to human resources to be written up about coming back from break late. You don't want to be written up in human resources about taking a personal cigarette break. See, there's certain mannerisms we got to learn to conduct ourselves. I had to learn to conduct myself with. I can't speak for nobody else. There's certain mannerisms I had to learn to conduct myself with. To make a long story short, I had to eliminate that street shit when I went into that workplace. I had to cut off that dice shit. I had to get into that Damon McLeod. Like when I got into that motherfucking workplace, they didn't say, yo, Big Dice, do you want a job? They didn't say, Big Dice, tell us something about yourself. What they said is, Mr. McLeod, convince us why we should employ you. What about you that we should just take a chance with you? We should give you employment. Tell me something. Just make me feel as though right now I'm supposed to give you your W-2 form to fill out. That's when I started learning to humbling myself. Seriously. Seriously. Super said they're aggressive, but when you respond, they play victim. That's right. I swear to God, I've been there, Super. I ain't gonna front. That's why when I started going to these places now, I kind of shied off with my interaction with certain people. You know what I'm saying? I just really fuck with me, and my homeboy me. Miss Pam said I would prefer to work at home if I had a choice than getting on the subway with all these sick people stabbing and attacking, pushing innocent people on a train track. And that's a fact, Miss Pam. And like I said, when I said a handicap, that's a handicap right there, y'all. A handicap doesn't have nothing to do with people think like, unfortunately, a wheelchair or cerebral palsy or amputated part of the body. No, a handicap is something that is uncomfortable. A handicap, something that you quote unquote just don't feel secure with. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people that need walkers to walk because they're older and their bones are starting to, you know what I'm saying? That's a handicap when you need a cane. That's a handicap to some people, you know what I'm saying? That's why when they get them handicap, quote unquote, stickers and stuff like that, some people can't walk a certain amount of distance without fucking with without it interrupting their oxygen, without it giving them excruciating pain. That's why a lot of times when y'all pull up and you see them handicap signs, they very serious about them shits, because some people, they just need to get in the store and get out. Some people, they need to just get into the doctor's office and get out. Some people, if they go into the restaurant, they need to just be able to quickly get to the restaurant door and go sit down. Then when they get up after resting a little while after eating, then they need to just be able to get right back to their car. Yo, you know what? I got to look into that because I just heard about that list. I just heard that list been released. I did a show on Puff. I did a 2-part show on Puff, and I did a show on TD Jakes also. And now that same show that they talked about, that I was telling y'all about, remember when we listened to him when he said, if I did do it, all I got to do is repent? They took that show down. Let me see right now. Let me see something. The Epstein list. Let me see if they're going to let us get to it right quick. Hold on. Oh, shit. That shit, the minute I said that shit just popped up. Oh, shit, y'all. We about to get into this work. Check this out, y'all. This is gangster. That's a fact. Shout out to Drop Guard for this information, y'all. Let me put this up for y'all right quick. Hold up. Let's get right.
Epstein's orbit, and that was due to this lawsuit that was filed over the Ghislaine Maxwell case. I want to put some video up of Epstein there. We now know that nearly 200 names that had previously been redacted from court documents in a lawsuit against Jeffrey Epstein's former lover and accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, have been made public on orders of this federal judge there in New York. And this is what we know. Some of those names, big names on the list, they include former President Bill Clinton, Epstein's estranged longtime aide, Doug Band, Prince Andrew, member of the royal family, of course, brother to King Charles, and the French modeling agent, Jean-Luc Brunel.
Hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Let's get to this. Hold on. Let's get to this. Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. Hold up, y'all. Give me a second. Let me get it right over here. Hold on. Let me get it right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Shout out the Dog Soldier. Shout out the Dog Soldier. Let me get this right, y'all. Holy smokes, Batman. Shout out the Dog Soldier, man. Holy smokes, man. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. Oh, man, y'all. That minute left. Oh, man, son. The band is stolen and patrolling. Yo, give me a second, y'all. I got to do some shit right quick. I'm going to let y'all go ahead and get into this while I load this up for y'all. Shout out the Dog Soldier, man. Fuck it.
The streets ain't never loved me. The streets ain't never loved me, yeah. The streets ain't never loved me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried. Tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly. My phone, they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to fool me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. GD. I've been shot. I
was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sipping my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture. I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust and that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling.
Holy smokes, Batman, live and direct. You heard it first. Holy smokes, Batman. Shout out to Drop Guard. We got to go through this together, y'all. Holy smokes, Batman. Holy smokes. If y'all ready to see this list, man, hit that like button. Holy smokes. Check this out. Don DeMarco. They got, the list is out. Barack Obama, Ben Affleck, Bernie Sanders, Beyonce, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Bob Saget, Bruce Willis, Case Wasserman, Kaleem Hudson Odie, Celine Dion, Charles Barkley, Charlie Sheen, holy smoke, Charlize Theron, Chelsea Handler, Cher, Chris Tucker, hold up, Ray Barzano, a pilot, Richard Lagaretta, Deiches, Rihanna, work. Rita Wilson, Rob Weiner, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Robert E. Slater, Ronald Burkle, Rudy Gobert, Sander Berger, Sarah Kessin, Sarah Silverman, Seth Green, Shelly Harrison, Shelly Lewis, Sophie Biddy Hakeem, Sophie Tradu, Stephen Collins, Stephen Colbert, Adam Perry Lang, Akon, I'm locked up, they won't let me out. Al Gore, the fat nigga that had the motherfucking fat man surgery removal. Alan Dershowitz, Alberto Pinto, Ali Baldwin, Allison Mack, Alyssa Rogers, Anderson Cooper, Andrea Matrovich, Andias Pastrana, Angela Jolene, Anthea Kiedis. Holy smokes. Seth Green, Shelly Harrison, Shelly Lewis, Sophie Biddy Hakeem. Holy smokes. Steven Spielberg, Stephen Collins, Stephen Colbert, Steven Tyler. Holy shit. Sylvetta Glalotsnia, whatever the fuck her name is. Tiela Davis, Tiffany Grasma, Tom Hanks. Told y'all about him. Tom Fitzford, Tyler Grasham, Victor Salva, Wanda Sykes, and last but not least, this stinking bitch, Whoopi Goldberg. Good God. Robert De Niro. Akon. I told y'all about Tom Hanks when y'all said I was bullshitting, didn't you? Now I believe that nigga dead for real. I didn't think he was dead until the list came out. I ain't gonna front. I ain't think he was dead. I thought that nigga, remember they kept saying that he was somewhere on the island chilling? I didn't think he was dead. Now I believe they done killed him, allegedly. Educational purposes only. Only my opinion. Fair disclaimer on that. Fair disclaimer on that. Fair disclaimer on that. Fair disclaimer on that. Holy smokes, Batman. They even got Rihanna up there. Work, 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 work. I tell you, admit that work, 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 work. I can't stand her stupid ass. Drop me on the blood. Shut the fuck up. That's the first motherfucker I said seemed like she had Down syndrome. Shut the fuck up. Forget my language, y'all. What big ass goddamn head. Nerd said Obama. What did I tell y'all about this pose? That's his favorite pose. Y'all ain't listened to me, did you? So let me ask y'all something. If Obama's on the list, what does that make Michelle? Or Michael? Which he has called them in several occasions. Ain't that some shit? Tom Hanks. He got diplomatic immunity. That nigga get to come back and forth to New York anytime he wants to the United States, anytime they won't do nothing to him, and they know all them things he did. That's crazy. Who wasn't on the list? We didn't see Russell Simmons up there yet. We didn't see Puff up there yet. You could tell Puff wasn't on that list. You see how they doing him. You can tell Puff wasn't on that list. They letting him get killed right now. But they all said Puff and Epstein was so close. It wasn't that close to him. It wasn't that close to him, y'all. Busta Rhymes wasn't up there. Shout out to Bus. Chris Rock wasn't up there. Tracy Morgan wasn't up there. Will Smith wasn't up there. Jada Smith wasn't up there. Oh, shit. My man Drop Guard said, it's more people, but they got them as John Doe. I better take back everything I just said. I'll take that back. I retract all that shit. Russell might be up in there, too. Yeah, Russell up in there, too. Yeah. Will Smith, he up in there, too. I know Will up in there. Did y'all hear that motherfucking remix? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that breakdown to Uncle Murder's Wrap Up? Did y'all hear that breakdown to Uncle Murder's Wrap Up? I didn't even know there was a movie with Will Smith literally asking a man to have sex with him. Ain't that some shit? That nigga Nerd said, I'm getting ready to cut up my rush card. That's crazy, y'all. That's the name of the movie, y'all. Uncle Murder put a clip of that movie in his motherfucking wrap-up. Did y'all know he put a clip? Did y'all know that 1090 Jake, shout out to 1090 Jake, and Hassan Campbell made the 2023 wrap-up for Uncle Murder? Did y'all know that? 1090 Jake from YouTube, shout out to 1090 Jake, and Hassan Campbell made the motherfucking New Year's wrap up by Uncle Murder. He said, yeah, Hassan Campbell, that's that nigga that African Bambaataa was fucking. He said, that's the nigga that got shot that African Bambaataa was fucking. Yo, I guess you made it, Hassan. You are global, baby. You are viral now, beloved. If y'all listen to it, there's 3 parts to it. There's 3 parts to the yearly wrap-up by Uncle Murder this year. Listen to part 2. Listen to part 2 is when he's talking about 1090 Jake. Listen to part 3 when the nigga's talking about Hassan Campbell. I can't make this shit up, y'all. Hassan Campbell, you made it, daddy. Uncle Murder is talking about you on the yearly wrap-up. You have went down in history as the nigga that got shot from YouTube that African Bambaataa was fucking. If that one, that's your legacy. You said you wanted it. Shout out to African Bambaataa. Shit. Shout out to y'all, man. He said, African. He said, boy, I've been fucking that boy. He said, I've been fucking that boy since he was about 14, 13 years old. Shout out to the head honcho, China Brim with that sound. I've been fucking that boy, Campbell, since he was about 13, 14 years old. Hassan Campbell did that shit, y'all. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about him. That nigga's on the wrap-up. He is on the yearly wrap-up with Uncle Murder. If y'all think I'm joking, there's 3 parts to it. If you go to part 2, you hear him big up 1090 Jake. Well, he talking about 1090 Jake and how 1090 Jake be getting so much information pertaining to things pertaining to the street. But he still said his fucking name. Shit. That just made that nigga notoriety game go from where it's at to something Don DeMarco. And that nigga said Hassan Campbell. And he know not too many people know him. He said, that's that nigga from YouTube that got shot in the projects that African Bambaataa was fucking. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up, y'all. I can't make this shit up. Shit is crazy. Well, if ain't nobody gonna pull up, y'all know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut it down and I'm gonna go back live later on. Can you dig it? The link is dropped one more time if anybody want to pull up and talk for a second or two, because you know the session is through. And I appreciate y'all for pulling up in the building. Let me check out the motherfucking likes and all that. Let me see how they looking on the likes. You know how the likes. They said, hold up, we got 21 people in the building, but we got 30 likes. Hey, I'm on my Arthur Fonzarelli shit. Hey. I appreciate y'all, man. How can I get upset for y'all taking some time to chill with me, man? You dig what I'm saying? You could have been anywhere else in the world. If you popped up for your lunch break, got in and got out, do what you do. Like I told y'all, make sure y'all go subscribe to Dog Soldier, man. Yo, nerd, flood this shit with everybody right quick, man. Before we get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all get over to the Hank McCoy Show. Make sure y'all get over to Dog Soldier. Make sure y'all go subscribe to DMW Shots 234. You dig what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go subscribe to King Crego. You understand? Make sure y'all go subscribe to Cheeks, the Hoodologist. Is you understanding what I'm saying to you dummies? You niggas can learn something over there too. But I'm going to tell you something. To the niggas, don't go over there fucking stalking Cheeks, y'all. She is not on YouTube for no fucking date. But she is on YouTube to possibly help somebody. Shout out to Quick Vic. Shout out to the show yesterday. Shout out to Wax AP. My man Quick Vic popped up yesterday feeling a certain way. We switched his whole energy. Shout out to the ladies of iTalk, man. Shout out to Angie Baby. Shout out to Waiter Black, Team Hami, Zeke Black, Feed the Wolves, Cosmology Bay, Smitty's Blow Dollars. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 050 The Movement. Shout out to the Now, man. Shout out to Wax AP, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. If you're trying to talk some real positive shit, You know, last year was last year. This year is this year. A storm from yesterday cannot affect the body today. Doesn't make no difference, man. Whatever you feel like doing on YouTube, you got to do that. I'm going to stick to what I'm supposed to be doing on YouTube. Some information, straight up raw facts. And you know I'm going to come every now and then with some good humor for y'all. I got to make y'all laugh. I got to make y'all laugh. Word up. Laughter is a great, great, great tool. And the ability to make somebody laugh, they say that's a gift from Allah. Word up. That's a cold-blooded fact. We ain't got no time to be getting mad at each other. Fuck it, if I get mad at you at 12 o'clock, I'll be cool by 2 o'clock. Let me smoke something. Let me go read. Let me go pray. We'll be all right. Family go through shit like that. A misunderstanding can always be corrected, but an intentional, malicious act I will never forgive. Death to all treason. A mistake, I can overstand. See, you make a mistake once. Shit, you might fumble and make a mistake twice. But when that mistake starts turning into a continuous, malicious act by someone, whether it's male or female, y'all, get the fuck away from them. Leave that snake on the side of the fucking road with its stomach bust open, turned up in the fucking ditch. Stop putting the snake in your fucking truck and taking that snake home with you and nursing that snake back to life. That snake is going to attack you. That snake is going to bite you. And when that snake bites you and you laying there dying, gasping for air, like you just laying on the floor, dying, gasping for air, you're going to be looking at that snake just like this. That snake is going to be happy. That snake is going to be full of energy. That snake is going to leave you there to die. And that snake is going to do what? Go search for something else to destroy. You are now rocking with the best. Death to all treason. Big Dice stamps this.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?